But I'd love to do Zone A. Also, I've never worked with Renee or Charisse.
Me neither, but they tend to work with Tal and Dolores.
Oh, yeah, they are together a lot.
Because of the Filipino Mafia.
That's something that they call themselves. We don't just call them that.
Hospitals can feel like high school. There's cliques and hierarchy and the mean girls. But the Mafia's really good, so you just don't mess with them.
Were you in a clique before when you were working in the hospital?
Of course.
I would say you're the leader of the clique too.
No, my fellow Filipino nurses, they're older. And that's my clique. The Filipino
older.
clique.
So why? Because you wanna feel young in that clique?
No.
You wanna be the young spry?
No, well, you know what? I didn't choose the family chooses me. The
Okay.
Filipinos chooses me.
Okay, Dominic Torero. But yeah, do you think this is true where there is this nurse? I think this was back in May. It just refreshed it to me because I just finished watching that series from Crave where they showed the Filipino Mafia.
Which one?
St. Denis Medical. St. Denis Medical.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, where they showcased there is a Filipino Mafia.
Is that the one with the gay dude? The one
was
in
also in a
Crazy Little
Superstore.
Asian? Superstore.
Yes, Superstore, but I think he was Chinese in Crazy Little Asian. Crazy Rich Asian.
Crazy Little Asian.
But yeah, I think he was
Scratch that
Chinese
off.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And in Superstore, he was Filipino. And then in St. Denis Medical, he's Filipino.
full-blown Filipino.
Full-blown Filipino.
The leader of the
Filipino
I think I've seen the
Mafia.
reels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Denise.
Is it St. Denis or St. Denis? Anyways.
I don't know.
So,
That's-
there are accounts of this plaintiff, the one who's suing,
Yeah.
Cedars-Sinai. I think that's a pretty big...
Mount Sinai. Yeah. That's in the US, right?
Yeah. So she is suing the hospital because she got discriminated by a clique of Filipinos.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Apparently,
Anyways,
she's
go.
Japanese American. She's
So?
half. So she's saying that the Filipino clique poured coffee in her bag.
I don't believe it. That's too crazy. That's too
Yeah, one
too
detail too
extreme.
much.
Yeah.
One detail too much. I can't find more details on her. All I found was there's no resolution to the case yet. But she is suing the hospital because they did not do anything about it to defend her when she's done multiple complaints already.
That's right. Yeah.
What makes me most skeptic about this is she's half Japanese, she's half American. If the clique that bullied her is a bunch of titas, they are gonna love her.
Yeah. Exactly.
Especially if she's mestiza.
Like even in general, even in general, like titas love new nurses. That's what I
Yeah.
find. Or they're gonna act like they love you. They want you to be on their clique, to be part of the group. Unless you did something to upset them or
Yeah.
there's a gossip before you even started.
Like, you know how there's like skits about the new resident doctor? He or she is gonna use his or her status to power what he or she wants
Yeah.
to do. And then the senior nurse are gonna tell him or her that, you better not do that. And
Yeah.
then their pride's gonna get hurt. If that's the case that happened, like you being the new nurse, and then you're gonna go up against the veteran nurses, and then they felt a certain type of way, I don't feel like they're gonna take it personal. Because their results are gonna show that they've been there, and there's a reason why they've been there longer.
Yeah.
Which is, I understand if she feels belittled, but just the detail of
I don't buy it.
the coffee getting poured into her
Yeah,
bag, I feel like it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too high school.
Yeah. Plus like the titas or the Filipinos, they will find that too much that they don't wanna conserve as much as they can. They're not gonna be wasting their
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
Plus, that's too high school. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Like I know the titas can get there.
they're gonna do far worse than that. Not
okay.
pouring coffee. Well,
Yeah.
Oh shoot. But yeah, no.
I
Not
mean,
pouring
like,
coffee.
I kind of agree.
There's so many ways to hurt someone.
That's small game for them, for
Yeah.
the titas. Do you agree that there is a Filipino mafia?
I think there is,
Yeah.
but they're not the one running the show. Like if there's a bunch of mafias or families in let's say in a hospital,
Yeah.
they're not gonna be the main mafia.
They're not
gonna
the ringleader.
they're not the one calling the shots.
Okay. Isn't that
But
more
they're there.
scary though? Like, you know their power, so you don't mess with them. If they want to take the reins, they will, but
Yeah.
they don't because they enjoy what they have
Yeah.
right now. Isn't that more scary?
I know it's scary, and plus like the numbers, right? They have
Yeah.
the numbers. The
Yeah.
Filipino Mafia has the numbers.
I guess it's pretty hard to ask about it here too because of the amount of Filipinos that we have here. Let's say in the workplace. Like say there's 10 of you. How
Yeah.
much Filipinos would be there?
Maybe 8
See, that's
or
the
6.
thing.
Yeah, 6. So
6.
realistically, 6.
So, like, one person is gonna bow down just to the numbers game. And let's say there's 4. If the 6 banded together, they outnumber the 4.
Yeah.
But if they don't, there's gonna be 3 different cliques. A clique of 4, and let's say there's a clique of 2 threes, and that's gonna be like harmonious, but there's going to be cliques, which is kind of childish, but
Yeah.
that's what happens in society. That's pretty normal. I don't feel like cliques like that is gonna happen here because here in Winnipeg we got a pretty strong number of Filipinos, especially in the workplace.
The healthcare field.
Yeah. I would even say it's gonna be Filipinos versus Filipinos.
A lot of times, yes.
The ones who studied here versus the ones who challenged so they
Yeah.
can practice their career here.
Or the older ones and then the younger ones.
Yes.
But they don't show it. The young ones
Yeah.
doesn't show it. But they do have it.
Yeah.
So sometimes if we have a thing going on, like the
Yeah.
young ones, we don't invite
Yeah.
the older ones.
Yeah.
And then we just hush it.
Yeah.
Like it's just gonna be us, all right?
Yeah. 'Cause
Like
they're
don't post it.
They're gonna feel some type of way. How come we're not
Yeah, how come we're not?
invited?
Because we're old.
Yeah. The younger ones are going to be respectful by not like showing it or not rubbing
Yeah.
it in their faces, but they will be cliquish about their activities. Even the older ones are gonna be cliquish, but they will feel like they have more power because they're older. They're
Yeah.
more senior in life
Yeah.
and in the workplace. I feel like most younger people don't like that.
Well, you know what? On my defense, I think it's easier being a guy. If I'm a young Filipino nurse, it's gonna be harder.
Yeah.
Because like us guys, like we're just nonchalant, we just chill, right?
Yeah.
So we don't
We-
really care about stuff. Even if I don't get invited with the titas,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Ah.
Thank you for not inviting me.
Ah.
But I think it's a different clique if you're all women.
It's a whole different discussion if it's a clique based on gender.
Gender, yeah. So for me, I don't feel like there's a difference. I don't feel discriminated. I don't feel, even if it's like Filipino versus Filipinos.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just my personality too that I get along with almost everyone.
Yeah.
But in general, I think it's easier if you're a guy because you're there because they need help with lifting,
Yeah.
like
They're gonna need
controlling.
you.
They need you.
Yeah.
And they need you to have that balance in the workplace
Mm-hmm.
just to make it chill.
Yeah. I wouldn't think it's a clique of younger Filipinos.
The younger Filipino nurses, they're very accommodating to the newer ones. I would say the titas are the culprits of this. Like
if this is true.
old nurses
Yeah.
eat their young. It's just a proven fact. But the titas,
Yeah.
no, I don't think so. But there's more possibility of them bullying a newer nurse compared to a younger Filipino nurse bullying a new grad.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
And especially with the younger generation right now, they're gonna be all like nice about it.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna be avoiding behavior that's triggering.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm a seasoned nurse, but I've
Yeah.
had experience, right? If I find a new graduate nurse in our unit, I'm gonna take them under my wings,
Ah.
and then
You're gonna be the mentor.
I'm gonna be mentoring them. And
Yeah.
in the future, I'm gonna be switching shifts with them.
Exploiting the new nurse.
No.
Wouldn't that be more-
offering to them? Do you remember the time
Yeah,
that I
you're-
taught you how to? no, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm not kidding.
That's your MO. I know. Like you're gonna show them that it's gonna be beneficial for them when it's
Yeah.
not really. Well,
and it's
could
gonna
be
and it's
beneficial
gonna
for
be
them.
making my life easier too.
Yeah.
If I have a well-trained nurse that I'm going to be working with,
Yeah.
that I can trust, that's going to be taking care of my patient, that I don't have to worry about anything because it's going to be a team, right? It's going
Yeah.
to be a team. We have like, for example, 10 patients. There's going to be 2 of us. You take care of 5. I take care of 5. And then when I go for break, you'll take care of all 10.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
Especially when the stakes are as big as this, where
Yeah.
you are taking care of patients' lives.
Why would I gatekeep my knowledge?
Yeah.
Why would I make it harder? Here in Canada, we're short-staffed. What's the benefit of me bullying someone?
Yeah.
Unless I heard from, if I'm a tita, if I heard from someone that this new nurse had an affair with another fellow. No, I'm just looking at scenarios here.
Yeah, like
That's
why,
the only
why did it come
possibility.
to
Yeah,
there?
that's the only possibility I
Yeah.
can think of. Or maybe when she was training there as a student, she was really bad.
Yeah. She did not give any reasons as to why she was bullied.
Yeah.
She was just saying that they were a clique, which sure, the perceived Filipino mafia can get there.
But pouring
But-
coffee on the back,
Yeah,
on your
they're
back,
not-
that's
They're not gonna do.
too childish.
They're not gonna do something that will make their burden or work burden worse.
Yeah.
Because them losing a staff, that's gonna be harder for them. Or I don't know. They might be gunning for more overtime. I don't know.
Or maybe they know someone that's eyeing this position. But now that I think of, like, if this is a half American, half Japanese, and knowing Filipino titas, they're gonna be referring their kids, their nephew.
Right?
They're gonna be doing matchmaking. They're gonna
Right.
act as matchmaker for this
Oh, I
lady.
I have a nephew
You
back
have a
home.
nephew. Oh, my son. My
He's a
son
businessman.
My son he knows how to cook. He knows.
Yeah. I hope this is not true because somebody got pushed out of their position
Yeah.
because of discrimination.
That's right.
But I am highly skeptic of this, especially with the titas,
Yeah.
because they can get to the point where them being a clique is annoying, but they wouldn't be doing childish stuff like this.
Exactly. In my experience, I never encountered something like this. And it's mostly the other ethnic groups that does this. Not the Filipinos here in Winnipeg.
If they hate your guts, they will do something worse.
Yeah. They're gonna microwave binagoongan in the lunchroom.
Pusit.
Yeah, pusit.
Daing na pusit.
Daing.
Yeah.
There's far worse. They're gonna hide your pen or steal your pen all the time.
Yeah.
Steal your stethoscope.
So, takeaway, Filipino Mafia, true or not?
True.
Are they powerful?
With numbers, they are
Are they harmful or harmless?
a lot of times harmless.
Harmless. Because although they know the power that they hold, they don't really use it
Yeah.
for
The worst thing that they can do to you is get you addicted to lumpia and pancit
and mahjong.
and mahjong. Well,
Maybe.
yeah,
Outside-
maybe. Tongits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't buy the story, but if it's true,
There's always bad apples out there,
Yeah.
right? Maybe maybe that's what happened.
yeah. If this is true, it doesn't have to be the Filipino Mafia.
Yeah.
You are a victim of cliquish behavior.
Yeah.
It just turns out to be Filipinos. Anyways, you got Edmund here.
You got me, 2X, and this is Twice the D.